Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the New York Giants. Strap in, this will be a good one. 2 one-loss teams getting together as they're underway on EA Sports. Throwing, Jones. That's complete to John Ross. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. It makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And he's going to get this all the way down to the Cowboys' 7-yard line. 50 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the touchdown. That's caught. John Ross, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point try good by Gano. And it's now a 7-0 game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big connection on that one. 32 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Prescott off play action. Oh, Cooper with a nice grab. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. So Dak with a completion there, really showing no ill effects from that injury a season ago. Yeah, what do you think your keys are defensively trying to stop Mr. Prescott?
Well, I think any defensive coordinator will tell you, stop his running game first because he is at his best off of play action when all of your linebackers come up to the line of scrimmage after the fake to the running back.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. Zerline connects on the extra point. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. And no one happier to see that than the Giants fans themselves. Saquon Barkley was used a lot his rookie year, 91 catches, which was a record for NFL rookies. That fell off to 52 in 2019. And then, of course, the injury in Week 2 at Chicago last year prevented him from reaching those heights.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Room here to run. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs, and that one certainly fell into the latter category, and that deserves a couple exclamation points.
I think defensively, when you look at a play like that, that's when everyone looks at their teammates and starts shaking their heads a little bit because now you're wondering, what are we in for? Worked all week to try and limit the big playability that he possesses, and he winds up taking one to the house in the very first quarter. That was a tremendous run.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Prescott now. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Michael Gallup is the unsung member of the Cowboys receiving corps, but he's made some big catches during his time in Dallas. Now in his 4th season, he makes another one there.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Prescott escaping the pressure right. Oh, Prescott stripped, and the Giants have it. It's picked up. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. In their locker room, they've got a sign that says defense wins championships. And Charles, they pointed to that this week, said that has to be us. Looking good early.
I like how you saw that because of the bold letters, right? You saw the emphasis that they place on that and what they believe in. And for them, it's every single snap. So it's not just a matter of getting to the quarterback and knocking the ball free. They're trying to read when that ball's going to come free. As soon as those hands separate to throw the ball, they want to be there and have a chance to knock it out.
A first down carry for Barkley. 56 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Running again with Barkley on second down. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's a give to Barkley. Escapes the defender. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Smith trying to run for it. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Flush to his right. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. Barkley. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Giants add on to their lead. Gano the extra point, and it's now 21-7.
Cowboys 7.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. This one will come out to the 25 as Pollard is going to elect not to return it. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. So you can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense. But when you turn it over, it changes momentum. And when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
I'm on. 56, the mic, boys, 56.
Off the play fake, Prescott. He's going to find Gallup here complete.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in that he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Leonard Williams showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Flushed out right. Oh, Prescott stripped. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. CD, that's the second time this half they've put it on the carpet. Now, the first one they lost. Good news here, it doesn't cost them.
They do say that things even out in the course of a ball game. So you mentioned they lost the first one. This time, able to retain possession, but they can't get into this habit. The ball can't continue to go on the ground.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Cooper. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 1st and 10, Prescott. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
52 catches last year for Zeke, and he's had as many as 77 in a year. I think he's hoping to get a little more stability in his offensive line and, of course, at the quarterback position. And if that happens, all of his numbers will go up.
Escaping the pressure right. Looking for Cooper, that's complete. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
59, Mike, check, 59. All day. We're going to 53. Any day. Mike, check, 59.
Prescott. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And down to the 19-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59. We're going to 54.
From the red zone now, Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Now they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. And that time the tackle by Malik Hooker. So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting more pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 47. The give is to Elliott. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. From the 41, Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Play action now. Prescott. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. And that is caught. He's got his running back downfield. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Zerline good with a PAT. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
Cowboys 14.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You got to be careful right here.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, it's Barkley. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Now Jones. He finds Ross, right side, it's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
105 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. 3 yards remain for 2nd down. Staying on the ground, this time it's Smith. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Micah Parsons, the rookie out of Penn State, in to drop him for the sack. Facing this big first-half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it. Now Jones throwing on 4th down. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A handoff to Barkley. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Working with a 2nd and 4. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Smith. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Ito Smith with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Giants are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead now up to 14. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Prescott. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. On play action, Prescott escaping the pressure right. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 13-yard line.
Prescott from the gun. Catch made right side by Wilson. And the Cowboys are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Prescott. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Dexter Lawrence just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Another try after the first down sack. Prescott eluding the pressure right. Touchdown, Cowboys! Dalton Schultz, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Zerline connects on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. A 1st down carry for Smith. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. 120 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll go to Barkley again. And some room to roam now. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Giants are closing in on a 4-1 start as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Gano for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Cowboys 21.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Pollard to return from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
To throw, Prescott. Quick hitter here is complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Dak. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike. Switch it, hey.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Schultz. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
He's got his man. It's Gallup. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Prescott. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Snags it for the pick. And the Giants are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And you and I, we just looked at each other and kind of had the same thought. I don't think that we saw this result coming. If they were going to win, maybe at home, but not here on the road.
No, not at all. We thought that at the end, the strength would win out, and that didn't happen. But let's give them credit. Went on the road without being intimidated. Went on the road with not just belief, but a strong belief that they could pull it off, and took advantage of every opportunity in this one.
So for the Giants, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the L.A. Rams. Meanwhile, for Dallas, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots.